Yo guys, welcome back to another weekly forecast video. And before we get started, I want to mention obviously Eid Mubarak to all my brothers and sisters who are celebrating. Um, Obviously, as always, I always mention that we have a free channel, guys. Link is in the description where I send, some analysis here and there. And I also guide a lot of the other people for free at times. And I'm running a VIP service where I teach my strategy to the members, and we have just got to 100 subscribers. So shout out to all you guys, the EEFX family. Got to get used to saying that because it's now become a family, which is great to see, alhamdulillah. Right, okay, so this video is going to be different, right? Because I'm going to combine two videos into one. Okay, so this is going to be an NFP breakdown, as you probably would have known from the title of this video. So it's going to be an NFP breakdown / weekly forecast. So the weekly forecast will be towards the end. I will put the timestamp in now. And I'm going to start off by obviously breaking down how we took the trade on NFP and how I sort of predicted it, because you can see on the, where are we? Here, I shared, here's what I want for NFP, collect all previous highs and then die. So you can see that obviously price was manipulated around right here, around my London session. I expected price to take out all the previous highs, touch this sort of supply level, and then fall from there. And let's see what happened. If we go all the way back to the charts here, you can see price did end up taking out, here we have the manipulation. So NFP release, here was the previous high there. And then if we Control C, Control V that, copy paste that line, and you can see the previous high got taken out as well, came into my sell zone, and then price dropped 100 pips and closed over here at around about 95 pips, and we're 95 pips in profit. We've taken some partials on the trade. Our SLs at entry, and we want to see what we can do next week. So quick breakdown on why I was expecting price to go there. Okay, so usually when price makes a very strong drop, obviously price won't want to retrace all the way back. I know a lot of people will be buying thinking that price wants to go back and retrace all of the liquidation sort of move, but sometimes gold doesn't do that. Sometimes gold is sort of targeting a certain price point and a higher time frame first for it to then start to turn around. It usually does this after like a certain big drop. You can see that price sort of dropped along this area. This was I think it was like an FOMC sort of drop that we had here. I remember when we were trading this, price stopped around here, right? And then price had a sort of pullback, touched a hidden sort of supply area, and then price continued going down. And where did it go? It went down to a higher time frame wick right there. Price did fail to break below it, and then we had another FOMC sort of release which spiked below, collected the liquidity, and then price shot up to the upside. So that's sort of what I was trying to look for again on this side. So if you go back to the smaller time frame, price dropped, and then we had a sort of redistribution phase here. Okay, so the reason why I knew that this was a longer sort of consolidation phase is because we weren't breaking any lows before. Okay, so you can see that when price touched 1730, price was actually like slowly moving up. You see, all of these lows were like kept intact, and then London session consolidated price around this area. So price that entered one of my buy zones, which I called, and price shot up 100 pips, clearing out the previous high there. Obviously, a lot of stop losses would have been placed here for those who are selling, and then price just collected those and then came back into the range. So on NFP, the reason why I was expecting this was price hasn't touched any significant sort of supply zone within this area. This is all consolidation, because if you look on the left, right, there's nothing really getting touched other than filling up imbalance FVG from this previous big drop here. Price is just filling orders and then just consolidating, trying to stop out everyone just before the NFP. And then here was the NFP release. So price obviously pushed up back into this wick here. There must have been some sort of FVG or imbalance that you wanted to fill. Then price dropped. And where did it drop? If I put this line over here, you could see that these two wicks sort of touched on an equal low basis, right? So what happens on double bottoms is liquidity, guys. So if you even drop your triple dollar sign right there, You could say that there was liquidity left here with everyone trying to buy NFP with their SLs just below the previous low. And what happened? Price then spiked this previous low. One second. Price then spiked this previous low, collected all the liquidity, and price then pushed up towards the upside, targeting the nearest supply zone. And this, on this breakdown, I'm going to explain, I'm going to show you where I found my sell zone and why my sell zone was there. Okay, so if we drop down, this is called a hidden sort of supply. Okay, because you can't really see it. If you go on the 15-minute, you can sort of see it if you guys know where to look. But if I then drop down to the 5-minute, I'm going to then show you what you'll be able to see it. Let me just get rid of this right here. Okay, you can see right here we have a sort of 5-minute order block with FVG right about, give me a second, guys. Let me adjust right in here. We have a big chunk of, imbalance there. There's no orders that have been filled. Price then just basically pushed down. So I was marking this area. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to look left just yet. I'm going to place a line just over where this wick is, and I'm going to place a line from the top here. So many of the VIP members know exactly what we do to find an entry, how to get this sell zone marked up. Obviously, you can see the sell zone just gives a little more leeway just in case it doesn't want to fill fully. Sometimes the momentum is pretty strong and it has enough liquidity to just, bounce straight off it. It doesn't have to go straight into it, okay? Because this most of the time allows you to end up missing orders. And then our stop loss usually would go above this order block here. So just above here. So it's around about, say, 50, 60 pip SL, which is more than enough on an NFP release to obviously reduce your risk and do so on and so forth. So that's where I sort of found my sell zone, and VIP members know exactly how we find an entry. And then if we just move over to the left, you can see on the left here, right? Look at all of these highs. What are they doing? They're just taking out each other. Okay, that's where they're getting the liquidity from. Because if you look on the far left on this candle, nothing really going on there. Okay, no sort of like order block where price wants to get to a supply zone. But if we then move across, look where price tapped. Okay, price came into the sell zone, tapped our lower line right there, and then what a reaction we had straight off that level. Price then initially reacted, say 50 pips, came back within the zone, and then price continued to make a new lower low, retrace, and then this is where market closed. Okay, so a beautiful entry, zero drawdown. Again, congratulations if you guys profited off that trade, because I did share that on my free channel. And yeah, so this entry is now secure. And now it's time for the weekly forecast. So again, my higher time frame bias is 1720. Okay, the reason for that is if I go into the 4-hour time frame and just zoom out a little, you can see that price, the reason why price dropped is we took out a significant low that was right here. Look at that, look how significant this was. Okay, so after this low broke, price then went straight down towards 1759 and then continued its push after breaking 1759. The next area that I'm targeting is 1720. Look on the left here. This is our next support level where price bounced up. So this is what I'm targeting. And then expecting some sort of slowdown on price here, because if that fails, guys, what's the next sort of support? If we move this line across, that's 1680. Okay, so as I said, I wanted gold to break all the highs and then die. This could see gold potentially, if it breaks 1720, we could get a reaction of 1700, which is an institutional level. But looking prior, gold doesn't seem to slow down at 1700. It seems to go straight down to 1680 every single time. So yep, after 1720, price could push down to 1680 here. So let me go on a smaller time frame so you guys probably can see where to potentially get entries from. Okay, obviously, since we are in a sell trade right now, I don't want the trade to knock me out at a break even, but it is possible. So this is what I want to see at market open. Okay, so on Friday we had our initial sell orders pump into the market. Okay, on Monday, what I want to see is price to push back down to 1730 here and create some sort of support, maybe take out this previous low, and then Sorry guys, and then potentially retrace, right? And this could be another entry area where price could get some more, I guess, more orders for price to then push down towards 1720. So that's what I'll be looking for going in. Obviously, price could potentially just break straight through. That's a bonus for us because we are still holding the trade here, and we could potentially catch around a nice 300 pip trade here. So I'll keep you guys updated. On the other hand, if price wants to push up here, this is your line in the sand, 1752. If price goes back above this wick here and doesn't sort of slow down, because price could just take out this wick, come back, and then you could get sort of a head and shoulders. That's another scenario which you could get. But if price breaks above this previous wick and then continues, we could see price testing our next sell zone, which is 1760, which is a broken support level and which could act as resistance to send price even lower, filling all of this sort of imbalance FVG that we have here, retesting a H1 order block as well to push price down. Okay, so those are my two scenarios, what I'll be expecting for next week. I'm still expecting bearish moves next week until we get to a certain target, right? Remember guys, when gold wants to start reversing, it will take a while. You probably will, take a week or two for gold to start, sort of consolidate, then to move up, right? Let the police go past. I think they found me. I've been robbing the market silly, so who knows, they might be after me anyway. Okay, so this is another example where price pushed down here, and then we had a good, I don't know how long this is, probably a good 2 weeks of consolidation. Okay, yep, actually it's almost a month of consolidation. Look at that, 27 days worth of consolidation, and that's when the price started to make its actual retracement. And then we had another big drop here, collecting some liquidity, and then price continued its way up. So don't expect price to start reversing straight away. Let price consolidate and accumulate orders, because remember, this was a whole distribution phase. We had a whole month worth of people getting into their sell orders to then see the market collapse. Okay, so all of this was all planned, guys. And I've been calling it a big bearish move for quite a while now. If you see my previous videos, I've been expecting price to continue its push down towards the downside to break all of these lows, but I didn't expect it to happen too fast, man. That's the thing that I still need to work on. Again, we're all students in the market and all still learning. Okay, so yeah, quick summary on what I was expecting, just in case if you guys forgot from my waffling. Expecting price to push down, back down to the support, potentially even take out this previous NFP wick. Okay, price could even take that out, retrace, and then continue its move to the downside. So still expecting bearish moves for the time being. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So again, Eid Mubarak to all of you guys celebrating. It's Elite Empire FX. Peace out.